And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't let it get away.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's get it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On On second down, here's Haskins. Open man here, Sims, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And an alley to run. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there out of Geis. 45 yards. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Check. Watch 54. It's just me and you. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, we got to get one.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Redskins 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry for Josh Adams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Adams. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded at the 20. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Once more, Adams on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Jahan, he's checking. Leave it, bring up 48.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Redskins' 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Right here. Check 9. Patch it.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Jahan, what I need? 51. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, Jahan.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the slant. Hey, rush in.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
Kill, kill, kill.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Tight dog. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Here's Haskins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. I don't care if you're taking it around 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
On 3rd down, Haskins. He can run for it, and he will. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Single slot.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First and 10 at the
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And they'll run it here with Adams. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Single receiver. Hey,
now on second and 13, Cousins. And this is caught by Watkins. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Alert 3, alert 3.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first and 10, Cousins. It's caught here by Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Nope. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made by the Pro Bowl safety Landon Collins.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Watch twitch. You go take. You got take.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Off the play fake, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Adams. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Adams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
56. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll keep it on the ground. Adams. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hello?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 21. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half, just being torn and shredded.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Want to get no stat?
Brings up 3rd and 13.
You ain't got enough, nigga. You ain't never enough. I want some more stats.
Come up the ball. Chance.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Adams. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
It don't make no sense how good he is. Yeah, he about to be an X-Factor for sure. So is Deshaun Watson, though. He can be an X-Factor.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Look, bro.
Give me some. Give me some.
Now Haskins to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. 3rd down here.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football. I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Washington. 61 yards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Dances by him. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
No, I gotta sort them. You broke up the head.
I have
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
And then you beat the Steelers, and then you lose to me.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, I think I lost that game.
And no pitch there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Did nobody ask you?
Oh, I'm not sure actually.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
Hey,
Bro, shut the fuck up.
Incomplete.
Damn.
Partner, the way this offense is marched
My
up and down the field
God,
during
bro,
this
that
game,
shit just made me
it's almost a
oh my
surprise to see an
God.
incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
They
Oh
have had
my
their foot
God.
on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
bruh,
This just got me
Taken
tight.
right on the 30.
who was he talking to?
Yes, Clip.
Very
yes.
good return that
Yes,
time.
bro.
18 yards.
Bro, who
And
you
the
talking
offense will take over with a new set of
Bro,
downs.
if I lose, I'm leaving the league, bro.
Out there ready for this next drive, the
I'm not even
Redskins
playing.
offense.
I'm not even
They come in
playing
off a
in
touchdown
the
drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense gave them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor, and they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high, so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Deadass in the middle of a 3rd and long. Ask me questions, bro. I don't know. Deadass don't know, bro.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after
now,
this break.
yes,
You're
Clip,
watching
what
the
did you
NFL
want?
on
Fuck
EA
you.
Sports. The
All right.
previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I thought he was talking to one of his little cousins or something. I know he's talking to me. Never seen Keith that hostile.
Cause shit is annoying, bro. Like literally fucking trying to.
Hey, why you sound like a white
Here's
dude?
Haskins to throw. Escape. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always said,
Basically,
guys,
telling me
you got
that
to earn
you
the
must be
right to rush the
intelligent,
passer.
way
But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
I'm saying
These
you
pass
sound like a
rushers
white
have
dude.
to be salivating. It is pin your ears back
Not because of the
time
way you
indeed.
talk, nigga. It's because
Now
you're a
it's
boy.
Haskins. Looking long for his
Don't
tight
say
end
what
lead.
you talk.
And he knocks the ball
Said you
away, and
sound
it
like a
falls
white dude.
incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the
Damn,
ball
bro, that was
downfield
a
in
pick. I
small
could've
little
ended this
increments.
game.
Let's go for the big one.
I'm
But how
trying
about the
to leave
defense
the
playing
defense.
situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Haskins will throw. Shakes off the sag. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he
said
had
give
it
him
and
19
dropped it.
receptions
And the
that
Vikings,
game.
they have the football now in excellent field position.
A bunch of little short, dinky routes.
Nah, I wouldn't have wanted him.
Watch the screen.
What? You wasn't gonna get him.
On 1st down.
That's
Adams.
what you should have said. You wasn't gonna get him regardless.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if
Yo,
they're
let me
having success
get
on
him.
the
Let me
ground
get
like they did there.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
no.
I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation
Hey,
he was
bro.
envisioning.
This nigga got
Trying to ice the
1,200
game,
rack yards.
plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan, his 2nd sack of the night.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
How the
I
fuck you
often
let
laugh
Mike
and
Evans
sometimes
get a
call it just
99
straight-ahead
yard
pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for
Not
him.
slow.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and
Yeah,
stop him.
89.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole
Yeah.
lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes
Damn, he
through
got a
clean,
99 release.
oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mike
Give him a
Evans.
couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Go for a 62-yarder. Do I want to?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. That's
Oh
right
my
out of steam, and it
God.
won't get there. He left it just short.
Hey,
no
you trying to play
good.
me in UFC?
And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all
Missed it
things
by
considered,
1
I guess that's not a
yard.
critical
Oh
miss
my
at this
God.
stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when
I
you're
mean,
trying to
UFC.
finish off a ball
You
game.
a bitch?
And you're right, not critical
You a
in
bitch?
terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the goal.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second in a bundle. Now Haskins, taken in by Sims.
The Vikings.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That was definitely.
Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
No,
you would have said that. You would have said you like playing with the Patriots fan.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I do.
How about that, partner? That's a good run. A physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
Yeah. Hey, all I gotta do is just do the
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards, a good run there. Now 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing. And as a player, that means an awful lot.
What?
I'm about to get a new
Isaac
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Huh? Oh, that one nigga from story mode.
Looking to throw, Haskins.
Oh, my God.
Andre Bishop on his hotel.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They run with Geis.
Ah, hell no.
He'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
One of my friends worked for Dana.
Oh, shit. They got Andre Bishop on this.
Yeah, 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
She's like the babysitter of this kid.
It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory.
Random. Sometimes he gives her like $1,000.
In good situation, it didn't matter. So
why
they've been preparing for that on play sheet the entire time.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that's the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Yeah, we got fighting Madison Square Garden. Andre Bishop versus Kimbo Slice.
All right, well, let me put this game back in.
I'm finna fuck this nigga up.
I'm finna get disrespectful in this bitch.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
I'm better than you. I'm better than you.
Throwing, Cousins.
Did it to him again.
Receiver Thielen. It's a gain of 22.
That's been good, and we've had like 3 solid users.
What, he's been able to put the ball in
not like good. I'm saying 3 users that's actually like stayed.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not a big of a deal to me. I'm gonna keep fighting.
This league, bro, this league.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So you a bum? That's what you're saying. I played you week 1.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Yeah.
Got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
That's what the fuck I thought.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Remember that. You my bitch in this
shit, Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Trying not to laugh. My throat hurts.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far.
Nah,
I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough
What the fuck,
Every time he looks up, somebody's
that don't make sense right
the
there.
same case on that play. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
I'm beating the fuck out this nigga Kimbo. He got no hands for me. Oh, help!
Yeah, he
help,
had left. He left, and then I came in, and I left too. And then
here's Cousins. Escapes the save. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Man, he's tight.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Bro, this team is so deflated by Kurt Cousins' contract, bro.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They run on second down with Adams. And he's across for the late touchdown. In the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel...
But he ain't calling me a shooter. He just asked me if I was shooting.
But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
He did some shit with some bop in it.
You said you need some shit with some cock in it.
You know I'm streaming, right?
Quit running.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
This
is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's going to let it fly. This is taken in. It's complete. 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot
there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is running out, do you really need to kick the extra point?
I see clearly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
Yo, really?
So for Minnesota,
oh my God.
Means
wait, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
They'll have a few extra
There's no way.
Before they
There's no way this was 3 days ago.
Next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
I was at us.
Bro, you just like hearing yourself talk.
Oh my God, Edge return! Oh my God! Oh my God! Edge return! Oh, that is OD. My nigga